here and supporting us today. Yes, Monday night we definitely want to have folks in attendance when they discuss this resolution. We want to make at the county legislature.
112 State Street.
112 State Street.
6:30.
Well, let me just clarify.
What time?
It's not a resolution.
Or proclamation.
Okay, it's a proclamation. We will not be voting on it, but it would not hurt to have people come and speak. Say we want John McMillan not to go with Bank of America or any of the big banks if they respond to that article.
Urge county legislators to sign on.
Well, we are surrounded by banks here. Bank of America, MBT Bank, Key Bank, M&T Bank, Wells Fargo, Sefq, and none of these banks know, except Sefq, what local corporate responsibility is. None of them are giving back to our communities. So they foreclosing on our residents, on their houses. They not paying taxes. The executives make $1 million, multi-million-dollar salaries, and continue getting bonuses throughout the financial crisis while everyone else is suffering. The executives of these banks continue getting the annual bonuses. None of us are getting annual bonuses, yet they are. And they not giving back to the city of Albany, into the Capital Region, and that is wrong. And I applaud the county legislators on moving away from these banks, and work with Councilman Dominic Consolero and Councilman Ron Bailey, who are here to do similar measures on the city level, because we should be working with responsible banks that know what being part of community is. Thank you.
Well said, Anton. Well said. So,
Am I missing any other elected officials here that haven't spoken? Brian, go ahead. I'm
Brian
sorry.
Clanahan, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me just say briefly, I can't improve on anything that's already said, but I've worked in real estate law for a while, and I've seen the way these big banks work. I've seen the sketchy, questionable products they entice people in with. I've seen borrowers get lied to and misrepresented to. And, you know, when the time comes, the product that looks so good at the beginning ends up not so good, and people can't afford their mortgage anymore. The promises of the bank that they would refinance and take care of you, well, they seem to forget that. So the message here today, and thanks to my colleagues for bringing this out, is that these banks who have received taxpayer benefits, taxpayer bailouts, and Albany County money and investment, if they're not going to work with taxpayers, if they're not going to cooperate with us and help our community, then we're not going to give them any money. And we need to hold that leverage over them and hold their feet to the fire and make them do the right thing. And we do have the ability to do that. And thanks to Timmy for helping us make sure that gets done.
All right. Well said. Well said. Good man.
So next I want to have some homeowners speak, because this is what it's all about. It's about residents in our community, speaking out and fighting to save their homes, and they've been fighting very hard to make sure that does happen. So I want to start. We'll do it. So we're going to have Kevin come up. And, Mark, I'm sorry, Mark. Mark come up to speak. He's a homeowner, He's a small business owner. And he's been dealing with Bank of America for the last several years now, and he'll tell you his story real briefly.
Speak right into the microphone. How's everybody doing today? That's good. This bank really is horrible. I don't know what else I can say. They bought my loan from Countrywide 3 years ago. About a month after that, they started having problems, and they've been going on ever since. They actually were misplacing my money. I was paying it monthly throughout 2009. I misplaced my money so bad, it went to the tune of $15,000. They were telling me I was delinquent in my mortgage. I went to the bank every month, made my payment, got the statements, got the receipts. The money was coming out of my account, and they weren't applying it to my mortgage. I was about 9 months delinquent, which went to my credit report. My credit score went from a 760 to a 520. And being a small business owner, I'm no longer able to have credit. I have no credit. I've got to do a cash business, and it's very difficult. At this point, they're trying to foreclose on my home for paying my mortgage on time. They won't do anything to deal with me. They will not work with me. I try to contact them. I've hired attorneys to have this resolved, and they cannot work with you as a homeowner or individual. And at this point, they're ready to foreclose on my house, and I have nowhere to go except for to a foreclosure judge, and hopefully he'll hear my story. I have all the documentation and proof. It's bank error. I mean, they've destroyed my life that I built up over the last 15, 20 years as a business owner, built my credit, and they took it away in 1 year. And they will not answer for it. Where's my bailout?
Bail that man out.
Sherry, you want to say a few words as well? No? Well, I also have there's another small business owner who was not able to be here today. He has a family of 4 that Joyce introduced me to 3 years ago. His daughter is taking finals right now, so she was going to speak on his behalf, but she's not able to make it today because of school. But what happened with her is that he has a JP Morgan Chase loan, and they have been stringing him along for the last 3 years now. 3 years where he has to submit paperwork after paperwork, document after document. 3 years where, you know, they say, well, we're close, but then there's always something short. 3 years where he had to sell one of his properties. 3 years where he had housing counselors, you know, come and help him out. And so today we stand in support of his efforts as well to save his family's home. JP Morgan Chase, they need to do better. Bank of America needs to do better. Wells Fargo needs to do better. You know, these large banks have no reason not to work with homeowners, not to help ensure that we do keep our communities vibrant and populated. Homeowners are very important to counties and local governments. They bring tax dollars in. They're small business owners. They work. You know, they try to do the right thing, and all we're doing is just driving folks away out of the state because of it. So now, well, this is the time for press questions.
Good job.
Yeah, good job. Good job.